Hey there, Barry here, and I'm just doing a quick unboxing of this brand new figure that came out from Union Creative. It's from their Game Classics line of action figures, which just started out. This is the second figure. The first one was actually Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, and they seem to be jumping around. You know, you never know what the third one will be, but talking about this second one, man, like what a great figure to to make, because I have been waiting for a Jet Set Radio action figure for the longest time. Now, people might remember that there is a Jet Set Radio Future action figure of Beat, but it is not very posable. In fact, I'll compare that to this later on in the video. But this one, I mean, it's kind of like the Figma figures, and I actually have one of those here as well, a new one. Ooh La La, the Space Channel 5 one. I'm going to do a video of that as well, separately, so if you want to check that out, definitely, you know, click on over to wherever it is. Maybe I'll put a link here. But let's talk about Beat. So, like the Figma ones, he's got little extra hands, he's got a little extra spray paint here, but, and I guess also kind of like the Figma ones too, this one's blocky like the graphics, and if you remember, there are, Virtua Fighter of, who is it? It's Akira and Sarah? Yeah. And they're also blocky. And so it's very cool that they match the graphical style. Obviously you can't cel shade a figure, but enough chit chat, let's take a look at the figure itself. Alright, so I opened it up and it's a little flimsy, like the package itself. It kind of, I don't know, it feels like a weird cheap electronics packaging, but really it's the figure that counts. So we'll take that out of here. So what you get is you get Beat himself, you get 2 extra hands, you get spray paint, and then you get a base. So let's unwrap these things and take a look. Alright, now that we have Beat unwrapped, we can take a look at him here. Like I was saying, it's a really cool looking figure. I have a few minor nitpicks, nothing really too major. I think maybe just because they're kind of starting out with this whole video game action figure thing, seeing as this is the second one in the series. There are a few things that they could refine. But first off, here are the hands. So you get 2 clenched fists, and then you get 2 spray paint hands. And you kind of slide the can into the hand, and then there's a little peg that holds it in place. So it's very nice, very sturdy. You're not going to be, you know, having him drop the spray can when he's actually holding it. So that's really nice. I like that. I like the quality of all these. They look really great. Looking at Beat himself, as you can see, they got the goggles. I don't think you can... Oh, shit. Look at that. They could have put eyes there. That's kind of weird. That's kind of creepy. It's like, why have why have these come off if you can't finally see his eyes? It kind of reminds me of the Inspector Gadget action figures where you could finally see Dr. Claw's face. But anyway, yeah, sorry for that nightmare fuel. We also have his headphones, and now I'm kind of afraid that those might come off. No, they don't. Those are stuck on. His shirt looks really cool. It's got all the decals. This is my favorite part. Look at the watch. Let me see if I can... Yeah, you can kind of see it there. Really nice little details. There's no numbers, but it's loose. It's actually on him. And he even has a belt. Like, there's a whole belt under here, even though you can't really see it. His skates look great. Honestly, like, any problems I have with this are just minor nitpicks. Like, okay, so the joints are really nice, I think, except for this one. This one's very loose to me. Like, it's kind of swinging. So I guess I'll just put more weight on this foot than this one. But everything else looks good. There was this weird little thing here. You can see, maybe it's like the seam. Maybe that's where they filled the plastic in. But to me, it kind of looks like a little hole. I don't know. I wouldn't pick at it. But it's not in a place that's really noticeable. Again, like if you're posing him, it's not going to bother me. And I think he stands... Let me see. Oh, the wheels don't turn. But he stands well on his own. And to be honest, I'm probably going to display him like this, because the stand is not that great. I don't know, maybe I'm just spoiled by the Figma stands. But I mean, look at this. So it's like, you know, it's kind of fun, game start. I feel like they could have done like a Dreamcast style controller here, but maybe this is what they're establishing for the whole line. It's going to have this kind of stand. I don't really like this thing. I prefer like a, well, I don't know. On one hand, it's nice that there's not a big peg in his back. On the other hand, this is, I don't think this is the best, like, I don't think I can't have him like floating in the air or anything. It's not going to hold him up. He's too heavy for it. So at the very least, it just kind of holds him in place. And it's kind of cheap, like you see it pops apart. So you're not really going to be able to put much on this in terms of weight. So really, it's just a kind of nice little peace of mind to hold beat in place. But like we were saying, me, hands come off real easily. He's got these weird little stumps, and then you put on this one. I prefer this to the Figma because sometimes on Figma I feel like I'm going to break them. I'm pulling so hard. I think these ones actually are pretty good. Oh, and you can take his watch off too. Let's see. Actually, I take that back. Now it's kind of hard to put on. I think his hand's on. It looks good. Yeah, that looks fine. And so there he is with the spray paint can. And then we'll put the spray can in there. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can be like, dun 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 dun. Oh, so yeah, overall it looks really great. So let's go down and check him out compared to the Jet Set Radio figure. Jet Set Radio Future figure. So here we have Beat in the collection. As you can see, he's looking great. I've got him with some other Jet Set Radio and Jet Grind Radio, accoutrement, and he just looks awesome. I mean, I had a few little complaints, you know, about that weird little hole there and about his eyes, or lack thereof. But really, it just looks really cool. As you can see, I'm not using the stand. It doesn't really fit on this shelf, and also it's really not necessary. Look at that. Isn't that cool? All those little details. I love it. So let's compare him to the Jet Set Radio Future one. This one was made in America. You can kind of tell it's definitely not like a Japanese take on the character. I always thought this looked a little too realistic. It just, I don't know. Yeah, I love this figure, just I have a lot of sentimental, I guess, attachment to it, but I don't think it compares at all to this one. I mean, let's just take a look at what he can do. Oh, you can move his knee, and for whatever reason, you can't really move this one, and he's got a weird pivot here, so really he only ever looks good like that. And they did the weirdest thing. They were like, oh yeah, you want him to ride on a wall, you can actually put this on a nail and then have him hanging from your wall. Though I don't really think they ever, that's not really a Jet Set Radio thing, is going vertically up walls like that. I guess they were trying to say like he's grinding, but I won't insult this guy anymore. I do like him, but this one is the one to beat. Oh, I did not mean to make that joke. But yeah, overall, I love this figure. So if you can get your hands on it, definitely do so. I got this from Ami or Ami or whatever you call it, and it was probably about 60 or something dollars. I'm not really sure. I don't want to do the math because I just remember getting this, seeing that charge clear, and I was like, ugh, but it's definitely worth it. I love it. So I'll stop gushing and filming it, and I'll just sit here alone looking at it when the camera goes off. Get on the dance, get on the dance, get on the dance, get on the dance.